Ahoy, mateys! I am Nick.
I'm Beth.
And we're MV Board Gaming. We are doing our another top 10 that we did before last year for the most anticipated games to play on the Dice Tower Cruise. And this time, Andrew and Sam are not going to be able to make it, so it's just going to be us.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go ahead and give a crack at our top 10 to see what maybe we had last time that we didn't get to. Maybe there's one or two that are still sneaking in. I have no idea what Vic's list is. I'm going to say we have one crossover, just one. What do you think?
I think we have 3.
Whoa! Okay.
Yeah.
You look at my list?
No.
Okay.
I
You
didn't.
have no idea either. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into it. What is your number 10, Victoria?
Number 10 is, for me, a game that when I was scrolling through and I've seen people post about it, talk about it. It is Cthulhu Death May Die.
Mm-hmm.
Co-op game, rolling dice, just seems interesting to me, an interesting theme, so I was down for that.
Okay. And we're going to keep it brief, so we're just going to we're
Yeah.
not going to go like, oh, this game you do this.
Yeah, because I don't know that much about a lot of these games. I read synopses before I obviously put them on the list, but I don't know every intricacy of the game.
Yeah, we
I'm
don't
not
want like
sure.
an hour video and
No.
talking about it. We just want to say, what
We wanna
is it
play.
and why?
Yeah.
My number 10 is Comic Hunters. Comic Hunters is hard to find. I believe you can get copies maybe in Brazil or something.
Oh yeah,
and they
I've seen
have it.
people post about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the game. That's the only reason, really. I hear good things, and it's hard to come by. So these type of conventions that have something in the supply like that to rent out are games I target. So
Yeah.
Comic Hunters, my number 10.
That's a good call, Nick. For me, this is a game we played last, the first cruise, and I liked it, but we only played it one time. And this is Awkward Guests. I would like to try it again. I really like Clue. Well, I think I do. I remember liking Clue when I was younger. I like games like that, so it appealed to me the first time we played it, and I would like to try it again.
Okay. Andrew and Sam have that game, so if that changed anything, I don't know. But you still need you still like bigger groups.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we played with a decent size last time. We knew nobody.
Like 7 or 8 players, I think. Okay, number 9 for me is a game that sounds kind of bland by its title. It looks kind of bland as well, but right away, for some reason, I was drawn to it. I don't know why. I saw it at Gen Con when Andrew did his video, and I was like, oh, that game kind of appeals to me for some reason. And I'm seeing people saying they really like it. It was some people's games of the year last year. That is the Guild of Merchant Explorers. Just a bland title, but I do want to play it. It's getting good buzz, and for whatever reason, I was drawn to it when I first saw it at Gen Con, getting play tested or whatever.
I kind of have a game like that on my list too.
Okay. Number 8.
Number 8 for me is Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Seems like an interesting castle building game. If you talk about castles and you're putting together some sort of construction, I like that. I like tile placement. So anytime you're doing tile playing and there's a component where you're trying to put something out and then you split it, I guess. With that,
Yeah, I think I haven't played it, but I think you're scoring with the person to your right and left. Yeah, I think that they're kind of working
something
off of
in that. Yeah, so it's a different mechanism. So I thought I would try that.
Nice. My number 8 is a heavy Lacerda game called Weather Machine. Yeah, it's on there because, well, I really like Kanban, let's say.
Yeah.
And I would like to try this new one. I hear mixed things, but mostly positive. So I'd like to play it. It's just so heavy that I'm not sure this is the right setting. So someone may have to know it and teach it as opposed to us reading the rules. It's one of those kind of things you want an internet connection to read the rules and watch a video. So I just don't know if it'll make it to the table. But that's one that I would certainly play if I were being taught. Number 7.
Number 7 for me is Mombasa. It's an economic game. I tend to like those kind of games, economic engine games. It's a hand management game with a unique aspect to the deck that when you're playing, you're playing something out. And from what I remember, so this is just one read over the synopses, your actions, the hand that you're building is going to change, and you're not going to have actions available to you once you've played them. I think it's a Pfister game.
It is an Alexander Pfister game.
Yeah.
There is a game that is remade, and I don't know if it's Sky Mines or Wormholes. There's a game similar to Mombasa, and I get them confused, and it's really weird because my number 7 is Sky Mines.
Oh.
But I think it's Wormholes is the one.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm getting those two confused. Sky Mines just had great reviews and interesting. And I didn't really have any other reason for that. I saw the reviews were good. I saw the score was good. I was interested right away when I heard about it. But I don't have really much info on it. So number 7 is going to be Sky Mines to try it out.
All right. Number 6 for me is Kalis. This is city
Wow.
building game. It's got chateaus. It seems kind of fancy
Old
that way.
school.
Yeah, worker
Kings.
placement. It's in their library, so I thought,
I
hey,
would try that.
I would play it.
I haven't played Caylus, and Caylus is a classic. Number 6 is an obvious choice for me because I love Race for the Galaxy and those type of games. Race for the Galaxy, what else? Shards of Infinity. Games that you do an action, you get triggered, another action. The other Terraforming Mars, Ares of Expedition. This one's New Frontiers. It is kind of like the sequel to Race for the Galaxy. It's like a board game version of Race for the Galaxy. I'm interested. I haven't played it still, and I've been wanting to play it. I don't know why it wasn't on my last year's top 10, but New Frontiers will probably get played.
Oh, awesome. Number 5 for me is a game that we actually played once before last year on the last cruise, but I'd like to try it again. It was late at night. It was a weird setting. I want to do it again. It's Dwellings of Eldervale.
Mm-hmm.
Number
Good call.
5.
Good call. I thought about that. I just didn't pick any game I had played before at all.
I broke the rules.
No, that's not the rule. That's just how I just like to play new games on the cruise
Okay.
or any convention. But I'm down. I'm down with playing that. My number 5 is a game that's getting a lot of buzz, and this is the possible crossover, but I don't know how in depth or what you've heard about this game. Space Station Phoenix is my number 5. I've been seeing it pop up. I didn't know much about it, and I've been seeing it pop up on people's top like 5 of the year, and repeatedly. Like, okay, it must be getting like overlooked a little bit, but people when they play it, they really like
I
it.
really like it.
And Vic likes space games, so I would like to try Space Station Phoenix.
Haven't heard of it,
All right?
actually.
Well, no crossover.
Nope. Number 4 for me is a game called Cloud Age. It's a resource gathering game, but it has a cool component. There's cloud cover, and you have to kind of guess what resources you're going to get, and then that kind of determines the resources you gather. So I like the sound of that.
Cool cover. It has
Yeah.
that blimp on it and all that. I think that's a Pfister game too. I could be mistaken.
I'm fisting it up.
I could be mistaken.
I think so. Yeah, I
think
saw
so.
a few Alexander Pfister when I
Yeah.
was going through.
Right before he did Boom Lake, I think. My number 4 is one that I hear great things about, as most of these are. Things I hear great things about. And this one is especially going to be on this list. I knew it right away. I underlined it right away. I was like, I got to play it because you can't get it here. It's like you can get it in Japan sometimes, I guess. It's called Aqua Garden. And people rave about this game. I just missed out on the Kickstarter, I guess it was. I missed out on it. There's another game on here that's like that. But Aqua Garden is my number 4.
All right, just going through this real quick. Number 3 for me is a game that we saw featured on Shut Up and Sit Down. They had a video about it, and we watched that, but then we never played it because I thought usually when we watch something we're going to play it, but we didn't. And it's Renature. I thought that it had an interesting domino component, and I like the idea of putting down and scoring majorities, so that sounded fun to me.
Cool. My number 3 is a remake of a Stefan Feld game. I was going to back the games that he did, the City edition of Bruges and Macau, was it? I can't remember. Because I hadn't played the 2 that were the remakes, and I was like, oh, I want to play because people say the originals are really good. This one's Hamburg. I didn't back it because I thought it was a little expensive what they're asking, because these are like classic games, like these are older games, and they're not getting deluxe stuff, really, I didn't feel like. So like, oh, maybe I'll get it on retail. So Hamburg is one I want to try, number 3.
All right, number 2 for me was a game that we saw a lot of people playing in the last cruise, and I would watch it go out and wonder why didn't we try that? Why don't we care about that one? And it's number 2 is Boone Lake for me.
Okay.
Boone
I just
Lake.
mentioned it.
Yeah, I know, that's why I thought it was funny. Economic game, hexes, map where you have actions that benefit other players as well. So when you take an action, you have to be really thoughtful that way because what you do is going to end up giving a benefit to your opponents.
Okay.
And I just like the sound of that.
Nice. I'm interested. I hear mixed things. That's why.
Yeah.
That's not why I would check it out.
Yeah, that's why you never talk about it.
Yeah. So
That's why you wouldn't let me play it
No,
last time.
I would try it. Yeah. Number 2. Let's see if you know it, because this is a game that we had set up after Pret-a-Porter. We had set it up. I had set it up while you read the rules for that game. It was all done, set up. I learned the rules, so we were going to play it right after. Do you remember what game that was?
No.
Monumental was the game I had learned,
Okay.
and we were going to play that. We ran out of time, unfortunately, but Monumental was on my list last year as well, so it even went higher, which is unlike anything else because no other game came over to the top 10 from last year that we didn't play. It kind of like slid, everything slid, but this one went up. Or stayed
Yeah,
the same.
now I remember that. Yeah,
Monumental.
disappointed you big time that night. Number one, I'm realizing now. I don't think we have any crossover, but this one for me is Gaia Project. I saw that it has a space theme, so I always like that. It's a civilization type of game, but it's going to be a long one, so I don't know, appealed to me.
It was on my list last year. We didn't get to play it.
Mm.
It was on my list last year. It slid down to number 17 this year. I don't know why. I thought we're probably not going to get to play it,
Mhm.
but I would like to. So if it's number one, then yeah, we should play Gaia Project.
Thank you for correcting the pronunciation.
You're welcome. My number one is a newer game that was delivered, and it was another game I considered backing. They had done a relaunch on the campaign recently, and I still didn't back it. Kind of caught in between if I really wanted this big game or not. I want to play it first, so that's one of those type of games. It's called Mosaic. It's a city. It's a I guess a Civ type game, and it looks pretty simple. Not as simple as Foundations of Rome, but not much more to it. It seemed like it seemed maybe the setup is a bit much, the box is a bit much, but it seemed pretty streamlined for a Civ game, and I'd like to try it. So that was my number one, and that's it.
I haven't heard of a lot of games that you mentioned, so going in with no
Yeah.
preconceived notions.
We've been busy, so we haven't caught up on the new. It feels like some
Yeah,
of
I
the
feel
new.
out of the loop. I do.
Yeah, those are our top 10. Do you have any honorable mentions by chance? I don't know if you bothered.
There was a lot going on, so
Okay.
no, I didn't really.
I'll
I
mention
mean,
a few.
I thought of trying to find a party game, so I looked through some of the offerings in the Dice Tower library link and tried to find something that might be, fun, but.
I would try for a party game. I would try Green Team Wins. I would try that. I have it on pre-order because it's stuck in another order with something else. What was the game that we wanted that is going to be on pre-order? You mentioned it. Bad Company.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Bad Company is on pre-order and it's with that order. So Green Team Wins is a party game I would try. So I don't know if they have it, but I assume they do.
Mm-hmm.
Games, I'll just mention a few honorable mentions that I jotted down. There's actually quite a bit, but I'm going to mention maybe 5. Woodcraft, St. Petersburg, which is a classic, Ancient World, which I haven't played, and it's another unlocking game. I'd like to play that. Millie Fiore is a new game, and City of Big Shoulders. Still haven't played that game, economic type game, and that was actually my number 11, City of Big Shoulders. And I put Captain Sonar on there, but I don't know if we'll get to it.
I guess that would have been because it was a thought of mine, and then I figured it's probably not going to happen. We keep saying it, so.
No.
Well, that's our Dice Tower Cruise hit list, what we're trying to get at while we play. And it's nice that we have so many different games now that we're going to have to make the best use of our time now that we're not getting off the boat in Jamaica, apparently. Well,
Yeah, let us know if you're going to attend the cruise. I might even post this on the cruise. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it on the cruise page or not. I think we did last year.
We did,
I want to
yeah.
say. Okay. I might post it there to see if anyone wants to play these. They can comment and say, yeah, I'll join you for these type
if
of
you
games.
want to teach him Weather Station.
Weather Station, Weather Machine.
Weather Machine.
Yeah, that'd be good. And we can trade. What do you want to learn? Just let
He
us
knows
know.
a lot and he's good at teaching.
Let us know what you want to play. What are you trying to get to the table if you are going to that cruise? And maybe we will play those with you if you would like. For
And
some
if
odd
not,
reason.
they are selling the cruise for next year. If you are so inclined, I think we're going to be on a pretty nice ship that year too. So
We're not sure if we're going.
we're not
but
sure
yeah,
if we're going. So if you're trying to go to see us,
that's unlikely.
you may not. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. I'm Vic,
I'm Nick.
and we're MV Board Gaming. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.